What's up, guys? Barry Game here, back with some more idle heroes, and today, well, we're going to be doing another hero build review for you guys. Today, we're going to be highlighting Holmes Young, one of the really good early game free-to-play characters to go for. Him and Eloise are just like the top two. They kind of go hand in hand. One has a little more value, Eloise, but Holmes Young does do a lot of great stuff. So we're going to talk about why he is so good, what game modes he thrives in, and how we set him up. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hit that subscribe button. Let's jump right into it. So let's take a look at this Jekyll and Hyde type character. Kind of wish he was in this form at some point, but I mean, he does look cool as Hyde as well. But let's talk about his skills. So baseline, he has control immunity, damage reduction, HP, attack, and speed. That is pretty insane to have 5 different passive stats. Mainly damage reduction and control immunity. Not many heroes get that, which is a huge bonus. His one passive skill is his basic attack. Basically is going to deal poison damage to them, and then he gains bottle of poison potion and shapeshifting potion. Those are going to be really huge when it comes to his active ability. And then whenever an ally releases a basic attack, he poisons one random enemy, dealing 420% attack damage for 3 rounds. Whenever an ally releases active skill, poisons 3 enemies. So you'll notice when your allies use an active, more potions get thrown out. That's normal. Whenever an ally releases basic or active skills, blend will be triggered once. So blend is a skill effect, has a 25% chance to get a bottle of poison and shape shifting. At the end of each round, he restores HP equal to 30% of max HP. This starts at 10% HP when he's like a 5-star, goes up to 20%, and then eventually 30% when you have him at, I think, like 9 or 10-star, I forget which one. But these potions are really important, and the one thing to note about Perfect Blend is those extra attacks, they're very much like Garuda's extra ping attacks. These go off even if Holmes Young himself is CC'd. He won't be able to do this animation, but he will still be throwing out poisons, which is pretty impressive. And then his main power here is Almighty Alchemy. He deals damage to 2 random enemies and then throws out 3 bottles of potions at them, one of each type. He has shapeshifting, he has poison, he's got a lot of different things he can throw out right here, and he's got frost potions. These are going to reduce the enemy's speed as well. Meanwhile, it consumes all those potions you've been storing up and then has a chance to do a couple things. Shapeshifting potion has a 90% chance to shapeshift them into the dove, just like Sherlock does. Poison potion adds 2 random enemies get poison damage, and then frost, of course, like we just said, slows them down. This actually adds into be some pretty cool early game stuff right here, because not only does he have like a decent amount of damage with poison damage, he can CC the enemy as well. So where does this hero thrive? Well, he can get solo Sealand 20 done when it comes to the Fortress faction. It does take a little bit more than what Eloise could do. Eloise can do like Shadow Sealand literally at like E3. He does need a little bit of support, so make sure you get like an army of your Fire Fists ready to go so that they can get some stuns out there, hopefully get more rounds out, because you want allies with Holmes Young to stay alive as long as possible. More attacks means more poisoning. One place he surprisingly is very good. You wouldn't really think it, considering his mainstay is CC, but going up against guild bosses in the early game, he's very strong. Those poison stacks get up to like 10 to 20 stacks. It actually does a significant amount of damage. The other difference is he is very good in PvP compared to Eloise. So if you're trying to decide if you want to make a new account and pick a hero, he can be very strong in PvP. The other thing is he can crush it in Aspen Dungeon. He can definitely get you to Purgatory all by himself. It is a little more difficult than some other heroes, definitely better than Eloise again. The one place I would say Eloise probably trumps him is going to be Tower of Oblivion. He does struggle on some of those waves, but how are we going to gear this hero up? We actually have one Holmes Young as a tenant right now, but basically you're going to want to run full resonance gear on him for the stats. There's a couple different options for the stone. One thing to remember is you will probably keep him eventually to be a tenant for somebody. This is going to be a hero you're not going to get rid of like some other early game heroes. Attack HP is a nice like standard go-to if you're really unsure what stone to use on a hero. So if you're ever wondering, man, I really don't know how to set up a hero, this is a good mainstay. Speed attack is another one that you are probably going to need in specific game modes. Trying to outspeed the enemy is going to be important. If you're in the early game, speed really doesn't matter that much. The speed you get from your monster and just from your levels should be enough, but eventually you're probably going to want to go with something speed attack oriented. As far as artifacts go, I actually don't know if I have one of them in the bag. There's two different ways to run him. One of them, I've seen some people run him with a crown. It can be all right. In all honesty, though, there's really only one true answer in my opinion, and that is going to be a Rui Scepter on him. Gives him control precision, and then if you do get it upgraded, the Eye of Insights gives offset the target 30% of control immune. So this basically lowers the enemy's control immunity by 30%. The control precision ups your chance of actually controlling the enemy. And then, of course, it is nice because it has speed and HP. Pretty good solid amount of HP too, good survivability because he is built with damage reduction into his kit right here, and his passive is actually pretty solid. Now you're not really gonna want to upgrade Tree of Origin or anything like that unless he becomes a tenant for someone and he's that like your main tenant. And then, of course, you know, get Void Imprints. Nothing really to talk about here because that is the bog standard for what everybody has. The one big downside that this hero has is he is still yet to get a skin. A lot of the heroes from last year, I guess I need to say 2 years ago, basically 2021 heroes, they did not get any skins. It's very rare, and if they do, it's like Xiaoho where they get like an ace skin, which is much harder to come by. So don't expect the skin to come out for him, to be honest. And yeah, Awakening, not as big of a deal really. If you do get a decent Awakening copy, that's cool, but otherwise, Enabling, you can kind of run him however you want. It really just changes depending on what the situation he's in. If you're going to use like survivability, of course just go for that. If you need speed, I'm not a big fan of mightiness on him, honestly. I've been trying it out on him. Not what I really like, but it's decent. One thing I do want to show you is we will jump over to our new Fun to Play series to kind of highlight him and show him how he works in combat. Let's just jump into a random battle here of someone that has some decent heroes, or nobody does. I think everybody's like kind of quit, or they just don't set their team up here. Man, this is gonna be a little hard. You know what we'll do? We'll jump into a arena contest here. So let's jump into a battle here. Try to find someone who has similar power. You know what? We can actually hit up into someone who's spending. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to keep him alive as long as possible, but we'll show you the animations and everything that he does. So right off the bat, the enemy's gonna get a chance to go. Active Garuda, very questionable, but you can see here when we have allies dying and stuff, he's gonna get some stacks. You can see his little potions floating in front of him. We're gonna get to see an active, it looks like. Hopefully. Here it comes, maybe. Yep, here it goes. So you're gonna see he throws out those poison potions, then he throws out the shapeshifters, and then you see the blue crystals. Those are coming out, the freezing ones. So pretty interesting way to kind of highlight his abilities, but yeah, that is our Holmes Young, and he's a pretty solid first E5 hero to build. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know how you build your Holmes Young in the comments down below. If anybody has questions, drop them in the comments. We'll try to answer them, or at least have the community give you some feedback. See you guys next time.